Yeah. That's my baby. I told her stay that little hook boy. G3. Bap bap. I'm labeled a thug because I come from the gutter. Rapper made it out of here, called by a brother. What? That was such a stupid argument. Now Rod Parker working at the supermarket. Now who's the cornball? Who still says down for the cause? Dog, it's 2013. What you said was a slap in the face to Martin Luther King's dream. Some respect for Malcolm X and everybody else that lost their life in the fight for civil rights.
Welcome, everyone. Clutch Sports Radio live in studio. You're going to get the pre-recorded version because you just are. But welcome. We appreciate everyone tuning in and joining us again for another week. I have Coleman. Coleman, say hi to your...
What's up?
Hi to the beautiful people out there. You know what that is? That song really excites me, Coleman. That is our friend Q-Star. He wrote this song for Robert, about Robert, just because positive message, really cool. And I think that's my favorite. But he's going to be joining us later on in the show. Just wanted to give you guys a little tease of that. But we're really excited. Again, thank you so much for tuning in another week. We got lots to talk about. Caps, Nats, Redskins. Again, we're going to be joined by this gentleman, Q-Star, talking about this song. So, and a lot has been going on in sports. So let's get started. First of all, how was your week, dude?
It was good. It was good. Like you said, a lot of stuff has been going on in sports. It's so many different things. Whether it's golf and the Masters, the Caps, the Nats, in the NFL, it's a year-round business. Just following all the stuff and the storylines with the draft, and this RG3 stuff. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is. I've had a good week. It's an exciting week. I've had a good week. We've had some negative things happen, non-sports, but besides that, I feel lucky. And I'm happy that I feel very blessed, and I'm excited to be doing this show and having a good time and talking about sports right now, and we're lucky to do so.
Absolutely.
So it's pretty awesome. But yeah, man, let's get started. Let's talk about the Caps. I've been hating on them for several weeks, Coleman. I just have, just for the simple reason that I just haven't been impressed. I think that, so much has transpired through the Caps, with the Caps, that you just don't know what you're going to get. Is it going to be a consistent team? There's so many changes, and they have kind of warranted those thoughts. You know what I mean? They deserve that. They haven't really played a solid game from beginning to end. Many of those. But right now, they're red hot. So even myself, as much as I've been hating, there's really not much that I can do. These guys are red hot. I mean, and look at the guy. Let's talk about the guy who I've kind of been hating on, and that is Alex Ovechkin. We were looking at the numbers just a couple minutes ago. This dude is leading the NHL. He's first in goals. I did not see that happening this season. I possibly didn't think that was going to happen again. I don't know how long this is going to last, but hey, right now, the regular season is almost at the end, and that's where he's at right now. That's pretty awesome. And what I'm saying is, this dude has been a really slow player for the most part, I've thought, this season, but the numbers don't lie. What do you think?
Yeah, it's just ridiculous the way that the team has turned around as Alex Ovechkin has turned around. And he's really got the team on his back right now and got them playing their best hockey at the right time of the year. Obviously, we got like 5 more games left in the regular season. This is definitely the time of the year that you want to see the Caps picking it up, and they're definitely doing that behind the grade 8. And the numbers speak for themselves. Multiple points and a bunch of games recently. He's taken that goal lead, but really where he and the Caps are really capitalizing is on the power play. And that's an area that they've, kind of actually been strong on the entire year, but it's really starting to hurt their opponents as of late, as well as what they're doing on the road. So it's at the beginning of the year, they couldn't seem to pick up a point at all on the road. Now they're finding ways to win, not only at home at the Verizon Center protecting home ice, but they're going to get out and getting at least a point on the road, which is huge. And when they're trying to make that playoff push, and they've kind of jumped up that way in the standings, and it looks like that playoff picture is starting to kind of clear itself out, and looks like they're going to be in it.
And the cool thing is, special teams, and that's what the power play is.
Yeah.
You're seeing the special team come out and actually perform and get the job done. This is what you saw a couple seasons ago, Coleman, if you don't forget, when everyone went crazy and everyone was rocking the red and everyone was in on that. The games were sold out and the team was playing phenomenal for good reason. You play well, you're going to sell it out. You're going to get that support, and that fan love. And that's exactly what these guys were doing. They were playing great on all sides, on offense, on defense, and special teams. I remember when it was a power play and it was Mike Green, Alex Semin, Nicholas Backstrom, and Ovi, and Brooks Likey every now and then, Brooksy, they would put him in there. Dude, it was phenomenal. You knew that power play team was going to score when they went out there. So the teams definitely tried not to give those opportunities to the Caps because they knew that they were going to convert that opportunity into a goal. That has not happened in Washington for about 2 seasons or so. And it seems like it's back. And that's phenomenal because if you can't score during a regular, regular period, during the period when you have basically a fair game, no one in the penalty box, if you can't get it done there, then you have to really capitalize on opportunities such as a penalty, as a power play. You know what I mean? And if you don't, then you're going to probably lose those games if you're not scoring on the offensive side of the puck.
Looking at it now, 25.8% is their conversion rate on power play. So about a quarter of the time that they're getting to that power play, they're actually putting one in the back of the net. I mean, that's pretty phenomenal.
That's great.
And, I mean, as
Much
you go into
improvement.
the playoffs, that's an area where, I mean, can definitely affect the game. You have a lot more low-scoring games. Every goal really counts. So if they can kind of carry that momentum into the playoffs, they're a team that nobody wants to play right now. I mean, they've won their last 8 games. So, going on off of a guy like Alexander Ovechkin, carrying his team into the playoffs, that's a team that nobody's really going to want to see. And right now, they would be playing, I think, Ottawa in the first round if the season ended today, a team they're actually playing tonight. So that's a fine matchup for the Caps. And then as the playoffs go on, it's just kind of a game by game, series by series basis. But obviously the Caps are a team that looks unstoppable as of late.
So what are your views on the Caps going into the playoffs now?
Well, I mean, it's hard not to be a little biased because they've been playing so great as of late. I still think they're a team that could win a series, but I don't see them going as deep as maybe Caps fans would have liked going into the season. But I think if you take a look back and kind of see how the season's gone, if they do win a series, I think you consider it a success. Obviously, you want to see them go farther, but I think they can win a series, and then they'd
You
probably
really
play
consider
Boston.
one series a success?
I would, considering where we thought they would be a couple months ago and not even in the playoffs. I like the way that they've kind of picked it up, turned it around a little bit, and yeah, I would say that would be a success.
Isn't that crazy though, Coleman? If you look at it in the sense that just a season ago, these guys were trying to advance past the second round, and now the fact of getting in there is an accomplishment, and even winning one is more of an accomplishment. That's a step back.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is, and it's a sad reality, but it is reality, and I think that if they would have gotten off to a little better start, even been playing .500 hockey at the beginning of the year, maybe you're not hearing me say that right now, but as you look at their body of work at the beginning of the season, they've kind of had an uphill battle that they've had to play, and a team like that that's kind of grown. Yeah, they're playing their best hockey right now, but do you think that they can really go deep and beat a team like Boston or beat a team like Pittsburgh, who's been playing pretty well consistently?
Right.
That's where I kind of see them maybe tripping up.
This is Clutch Sports Radio. Check us out. Darwin-sports.com is where you went last week. That's where you're going to go and watch this episode, this show. So we're talking Caps. I'm excited to see these guys. Coleman, I hope, there's a lot of changes that have taken place in such a little time with these Washington Capitals. It's pretty sad. I mean, not sad. I just think it sucks that we've taken these steps back. I mean, but there's nothing that you can do at this point in time. But the positive note are that the superstars, your Alex Ovechkin, is starting to play like a superstar again. There were so many doubts just a little while ago if he was done, if you were ever going to see that Alex Ovechkin, that prime. It didn't last very long, and really now could be the possible opportunity for him to take over. Sidney Crosby is out. Maybe he could take over as that
He's
image.
even sneaking his way into the MVP race. So.
You see what I'm saying? MVP, that image, what it used to be just a few seasons ago that everyone loved. You never know. Maybe that's back. That would be a wonderful thing for the Washington Capitals and Caps fans, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if you look at the last 25 games when the Caps have been, playing really well, I think it's kind of hard to argue that Ovechkin shouldn't be in that MVP talk, if not at the top of it. So they've really kind of looked to him, and he's carried them, to where they are today.
Darwin-sports.com. Check us out.